Hey everyone! Did you know that over 60% of adults report feeling tired or drained by midday? I mean, how crazy is that? It really makes you think about how energy impacts our daily lives, right? So, today I want to share my personal journey on how I stay energetic throughout the day by focusing on what I eat, drink, and how I exercise. A few weeks ago, I published a video about top habits to implement in your life to have a lot of energy even with two kids, which you can check here. I was then asked by a few people to do a follow up video on specifics around my eating, drinking, and exercising. So, let's get into it. Hi guys, I'm Anna Lehman, a personal performance coach, and in this channel we talk about everything related to joyful, high-performing life and achieving personal success. Thank you for visiting my channel and subscribing. I'm not a nutritionist, nor am I a fitness trainer, but at various points of my life I use the services of those, leverage their advice, develop my own routines and practices that 100% work for me and allow me to feel and look good. Having high levels of energy is possible when you look after your mind, soul, and body. So today I want to focus specifically on the body aspect. What do I eat, drink, what supplements I take, and how I exercise. Let's have a look at food and liquids. I'm not a fan of anything extreme. As a coach, I truly know and usually guide my clients that if you want to achieve success in life, you need to be consistent with everything you do. And when we do something extreme, it is just not sustainable for long. Hence why I don't starve, I don't go on crazy diets, I don't take pills that suppress my appetite. I have a very good appetite, just so you know. I just made the way I eat my lifestyle. I eat everything. I'm not vegetarian, not vegan, not pescatarian, so I eat meat, fish, milk, eggs. I have no food allergies, which helps as well. I eat 5 times per day, but in small servings, the size of 2 handfuls. I have 3 main meals and 2 snacks, with one snack being a protein shake. I'm one of those people who does not like the taste of protein shake, but protein is super important, and I usually target to have 1.5 grams of protein per 1 kilogram of weight. So if I weigh 60 kilograms, I try to have at least 90 grams of protein per day. And it is much easier to achieve that goal when I have a protein shake at least once per day. The general recommendation for adults is to have 7 grams of protein per 20 pounds of body weight. I try to have double this. Why? 2 reasons. I exercise on average 4 times per week, so I do like to feed my muscles with their favorite food, which is protein. Secondly, the older we get, the more important it becomes to consume food with high protein intake. With age, our muscles go away. It is called sarcopenia. My second snack would be a yogurt with fruits, dates, and coffee, or nuts or protein bowl. My typical breakfast would look something like this: either yogurt-based pancakes or seeded toast with peanut butter. This is the example of my lunch and dinner: some meat, veggies, or fish. I love my pasta once or twice per week, but I always say I have to work for it first. So if I know I will have lasagna or pasta, I will usually do a big workout that day to make sure I created a sufficient calorie deficit. But carbs is usually not a big problem in my diet. I have soft spot for cheeses and nuts, so controlling the fats I'm consuming is the biggest challenge for me. These are my top 4 rules in my meals. Number 1, food is a pleasure. I'm not one of those people who just eat to fill in the stomach. I love my food. I see food as one of the biggest pleasures in my life. I love the ambience around food when we go out. I love to try new foods. I'm a bit of a foodie. Love to enjoy and pay attention to what I'm eating. Love to talk about food. My dad always used to say that I have some kind of obsession around food, as I'm not very good at tolerating hunger. You know those people who completely forget to eat when they get consumed by some exciting work? Well, this is completely not me. I think all of this defines my approach around my eating habits. My rule number 2 is planning. I always plan my meals for the week ahead and do my groceries accordingly. I spoke about my planning routine and even shared my template for meal planning in one of my previous videos, which you can find here and also find the file in the description below. Planning your meals is a huge game changer if you want to get in control of your diet or develop healthy eating habits. You can't leave your meals to fate, because this is a clear path to grabbing something unhealthy on the go, skipping meals, or eating junk food. This is much easier to find than some healthy salad when you run between the meetings. By doing weekly planning, planning of your meals. You remove uncertainty along the way. You build healthy habits of eating healthy. You develop self-discipline. You optimize your time use. You save money but by not grabbing something on the go or limiting eating out. If there is one thing to do to improve your eating habits, I would suggest you do this. You properly plan and prep your meals in advance. Rule number 3, control my macro intake. I usually try to make sure my meals are balanced in terms of fats, proteins, and carbs daily. How do I know it? A few years ago, I did a fitness challenge, and one of the requirements was to weigh servings, to log food into the app called MyFitnessPal. That is how I learned what is where and what the average serving size looks like. Now I roughly know that if I had peanut butter in the morning for breakfast and will have salmon for dinner, my lunch should be protein and carb based but not fatty, because otherwise I will go over my 60-gram limit in fats per day. I roughly consume 1700 calories per day and burn on average between 1800 to 1900. So I generally try to stay in a bit of calorie deficit. Couple of months per year, I will again repeat the process of logging food into the app to make sure I'm staying on track. And rule number 4 is optimized prep. As I mentioned in one of my videos before, I love tasty, healthy meals, but because I'm quite busy, it needs to be easy to cook, preferably with no oil. So I use air fryer, slow cooker, and the oven. I make a lot of soups, but I don't make a lot of stir fry. Our family eat a lot. We love variety, and my husband and I, we usually take turns when it comes to who's making dinner. But generally speaking, it doesn't take more than half an hour or an hour per day in total for all meals. Let's talk about fasting. I don't fast usually, and the only time I can go for intermittent fasting and do those windows, 10 hours of eating and 14 hours of fasting, is when I'm on holidays. The rest of the times I just physically cannot do it. I think my metabolism is very fast and I need my 5 meals to function properly. Liquids. I'm a coffee person. I mentioned in one of my videos about Australia that coffee here is one of the best in the world. I can have up to 3 cappuccinos per day. I can have coffee late in the evening and still easily fall asleep. I love wine. I love going on wine tours and enjoy wine tasting. Here is one of the wine festivals my husband and I attended a few years ago, and we had a lot of fun. I usually have 2 glasses of wine per week. I drink for the taste and I appreciate good wine, red and white. I do try to drink 1.5 liters of water per day, but I'm not forcing myself if I don't want to. I build a habit of carrying water bottle on me all the time, so I drink with little sips throughout the day. Now let's talk about sugar. Remember how I told you I don't do extremes? There was one time I did big extreme though. 10th of December 2017, I remember the date, I removed added sugar from my menu, from my diet. To give you some background, I was pretty addicted to cakes, chocolates, biscuits, to the point that I could eat a cake myself, especially when I was a teenager. And if there was no cake, no biscuits in our house, I would run to the shops irrespectively whether it's day or night to buy something sweet. Maybe it has to do with the fact that I had food allergies when I was a little kid, when I was growing up, and I was not allowed chocolate until I was 10 or 11. Saying that, eating so much sugar never significantly impacted my weight or skin, but in 2017, I decided to do a fitness challenge for 8 weeks, and I went all in. I had fitness trainer, I had my nutritionist designing a meal plan for me, I was exercising 6 times per week, and that is the moment when I realized I do have problems with sugar. My nutritionist planned a gradual reduction of sugar for me, but I decided to remove added sugar completely straight away. And what I can tell you is that I went literally through physical withdrawal. I couldn't sleep, I was sweating, and the only thing I wanted was to eat a cake. That was the moment I realized I had an addiction problem with sugar. Anyway, long story short, I finished my fitness challenge, lost 10 centimeters in my waist in 8 weeks, and got rid of my sugar addiction. You wouldn't see a big difference from how I looked then and now, but I definitely felt the difference in how I felt. My body from stomach to teeth got healthier. This is me before fitness challenge and after having 1 child, and this is me after fitness challenge and after having 2 kids. Now, if I crave something sweet, I will have dates or banana. I can have a dessert when we go out now and then or when we travel. I can have vanilla or chocolate ice cream, but it is not an obsession. It is all within the limits of total 50 grams of sugars per day. I still sometimes can have chocolate. I now prefer dark chocolate, absolutely not milk chocolate. And I don't feel like I massively limit myself, but there is no such thing that I would run out and buy cake anymore, and I'm pretty happy about it. So now let's have a look at my don'ts in food. I don't eat fast food. Over the last 10 years, I had McDonald's maybe 3 or 4 times in total, and only if there are absolutely no other options to eat or when I was pregnant. I had this ridiculous craving for McDonald's. I get literally physically sick if I eat there. So it's not that I want to go there, but I just restrict myself. I just don't want to go and have fast food. Rule number 2, I don't drink sugary drinks. You would never find them on my shopping list. I hate the taste of Coca-Cola. I can have Fanta maybe once per year, but again, it's not something that I usually do. Rule number 3, I don't eat much of processed foods. I love good charcuterie boards as I'm very European, but again, it will be more of a cheat day for me or when we travel. Now let's talk about supplements. I don't take many supplements except for magnesium, which I have been taking daily at night over the last 5 years. I usually get my blood checked once per year and all the metrics come back good, so I don't see a need to take supplements for additional iron or minerals and try to get them all from food. As mentioned before, I have protein shake daily and sometimes have this chocolate drink in the evening as a treat, which is protein plus collagen drink. I also take marine collagen 6 months per year, which I add to my protein shake. I sometimes also take L-carnitine and creatine, again, as part of my fitness journey, but it's not very often, and I probably do it maybe 3-4 months per year, or when I want to burn fat, or when I want to improve my muscle base. Now let's have a look at the exercise. As mentioned before, I try to work out 4 times per week. I do weights in the gym, swapping between lower body and upper body workouts and cardio. The 5th time will be my core yoga. I will quite often finish my training with a steam room afterwards. Absolutely love my steam room a few times per week. As I have been going to the gym for the last 15 years for pretty much with no breaks, except for my 2 pregnancies, I'm dependent on exercises on a hormonal level. If I don't go to the gym like for 2 weeks, I just physically get unhealthy, down and sad, frustrated. I used to be a dancer from the age of 5 until 22, so I have been moving for all of my life and I have been pretty active. Walking is another thing that I absolutely love doing and will use the chance to walk everywhere rather than drive, for example. I learned how to cycle when I turned 27. So now we go family cycling, which I absolutely love, together with kids. I just love being active, swimming, cycling, walking, skiing, running, or hiking. I will always choose any type of physical activity over lying on the couch. But I think, again, because to a huge extent, it is a habit now. So, how do we develop that habit? How do we develop that self discipline in healthy eating and exercising? Well, to be very honest, the same way as I coach people to develop self discipline in all other aspects of their life. Number 1, if you struggle, work with your coach. Working with a coach can provide personalized guidance, accountability, and support to help you stay on track with your healthy eating and fitness goals. I help my clients to stay on track, to get them really clear on their goals and their execution strategies. It actually will give you faster results with less effort. Point number 2, define fitness goals in the right way. And again, there is a video that I recorded how to define your goals properly. You have to be really specific. You have to be really clear on why you want to achieve what you want to achieve. Rule number 3, do not have any unhealthy foods at home, which would be a test for your willpower. And I don't think this is the time to test it. Rule number 4, do not go to those aisles in the supermarket of unhealthy foods. Just pass by those. I don't even go where the chips are or sugary drinks are. Just avoid those. Rule number 5, avoid extreme changes. Just build a new habit gradually and celebrate milestones. This ensure you're sticking to your new routine in a guaranteed way. Rule number 6, limit going out or socializing. It's really hard to stick to a new regime with multiple temptations around you. Rule number 7, do it with your body. My husband and I share similar views in terms of our lifestyles, and it makes it easier to constantly maintain it. There was a research done that analyzed people who were gaining weight, and they said that if you live with someone in your immediate circle who is gaining weight or who is leading an unhealthy lifestyle, you are more prone to start putting on weight and living an unhealthy lifestyle too. And even if some of your friends do that, you're probably gonna slowly fall into that pattern too. So having someone who supports your new habits or supports your lifestyle will really make your life easier. Now I want to hear from you. What are your go-to tips for boosting your energy? Leave a comment down below. And if you're looking for more coaching tips, how to achieve personal success, how to feel good and achieve your goals, including fitness ones, please subscribe to this channel. As always, rooting for you. With care, Anna.